All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Wiley Show. One of my producers, they bought me a whole case of these Fiji water, and let me taste it, you guys. Hold on, let me taste it. Let me taste it. Okay, let me see. Okay. Mm. Mm. Okay. The Fiji water. They bought like a whole case, and it's huge. Like a whole case of the Fiji water. I'm like, okay, definitely need water to drink, so I can, be perched and drink and stuff like that. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let me tell y'all about my day. So sit on down, sit on down, sit on down. So I got up today and I was like, okay, let me run some errands. And today, when I said, oh wow, today is Sunday. So today is like a chill day, like literally a chill day. So what I did was I just chill, order something, watch a couple of movies. And it's this movie that I want you all to go watch. It's a series that I want you all to go watch. Give me a second. Let me see if I can pull it up so y'all can see it. I was watching this, me and me and myself, okay, because I ain't got too much, me and myself. Uh, where is it at? Give me a second. I want to make sure. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, so where we at? Where's the picture? I want to make sure that y'all can see this because this show was amazing. So this show that I don't know. It's like an African series, and I was watching this literally today, and I said I'm going to tell my producers when I tell you this show, it's a Netflix series. It just came out on the 16th, and it's called Far From Home. It's good. Like it is good. I watched it, got through the entire series today, and I said it is good. I watched it, and I was like, this show. It shows you about the culture. I think it's based out of Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken. Is it based out of Nigeria? And I watched it, and I just wow, I just got my life. It is a Nigeria first young adult drama, is now streaming on Netflix in a form far from home, a 5 episode spice of teen shenanigans and crime plot. So it's really good, and it should have been longer. And I'm like, I love it, like I love it. And y'all have to go check it out. It's 5 episodes. Go check it out. We definitely gonna talk about it on the show, but it's literally 5 episodes, and it's good. All right, I highly suggest you go see that show. Now, the name of it is Far From Home, only on Netflix. Now, I was watching that show, and it's another show that I'm watching that. Give me a second. I'm gonna make sure I can. Uh, it's another show that I'm watching. Let me bring it up on Netflix that I'm watching. I'm gonna finish watching this when I get done with this show. I was watching this on Netflix. It's called. Let me see if I can bring it up so y'all can see it. Okay. So this show, hold on, I want to get a better picture because I want y'all to see my recommendations. So the name of this show is called The Recruit. The Recruit is the name of the show. And hold on, let me see so y'all can see it. Oh, hold on, let me see if I can. Okay. So let me screenshot that. Now this show is good as well because I'm watching that and I'm just catching up on my shows because I'm like, what is going on? What can I watch? It's called The Recruit, and that is on Netflix. Called The Recruit on Netflix, and I'm watching that. I'm almost finished with that, so I'm just catching up on all my shows, catching up on all my shows, and then once I got done watching Far From Home, I took a nap and I went to sleep and I ordered some food and I just literally just went to sleep. So I woke up because I had said somebody had tagged me something about T.S. Madison. Somebody sent me something about T.S. Madison. I couldn't see it. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, why can't I not see what T.S. Madison posts? So I go on her page on Instagram and I'm blocked. I go on her Instagram page and T.S. Madison have me blocked. All right. And I'm like, what did I do? So I had to go back and refresh my mind to see, well, what did I do to get blocked? And I forgot I tagged her in a post on IG and I said T.S. Madison should pay for Cookie Tookie's funeral. And people that I had talked to a person, they said, well, I thought she'd been blocked. She never blocked me. But I guess because of the traction, because she watched the video, and she blocked me because I said she should have paid for the funeral. And I stand on that. Right? She blocked me because I'm like, she could have went in her account and paid for Cookie Tookie's funeral because she's supposed to be this queen of trans women, right? And just pay for the funeral. And with that being said, I said, wow, in my humble opinion, I didn't do nothing wrong. I was just giving an assessment and all of that. And I found it quite strange she would block me, but she go and interview Armon when Armon said that she is the R word and just she hired R words, all right? And all of that. So I'm just not understanding. What I did was light shade. It was light shade. I said, hey, you should pay for Cookie Tookie's funeral. And I guess she did not like that when it came to IG, when I interviewed Cookie Tookie's sister, and I said, hey, did T.S. Madison give? And I stand on that. And, people watch our show. We have influence. We entertaining. This is what people do. They watch our show. And I'm like, what is going on? I have been blocked by a lot of people. I've been blocked by, I can't even name the name of the people that I've been blocked. But recently, I've been blocked by T.S. Madison over the weekend. Jason Lee blocked me from Hollywood Unlocked, the page. And I remind you, I've been blocked from Jason page for a long time. But now I went on Instagram because people were sending me stuff and I couldn't see it. And I said, well, what's going on? They blocked me from Hollywood Unlocked IG. And I'm like, what? Like, why did they block me? And so I just because I sent them a couple of emails, and I sent them a couple of emails to invite them on the show because they kept sending me emails about Jason Lee's show. That his show is, I guess I'm on an email list, but they kept sending me stuff about his show. So what I did, I gave them the same amount of emails they sent me about the Wiley Show, about how he should come on the Wiley Show. He's supposed to be a black media. And I CC'd Floyd Mayweather people in the email. I BBCC'd, what's the girl's name? The one that the comedian. I've CC'd her, the comedian that she kind of like canceled right now, Tiffany Haddish. So I would just CC, and I see, CC, Netflix and all that. So, and then I CC like BET, and I added them because I'm like, if you're sending me stuff about your show, I'm going to send you stuff about the Wiley Show. And I guess he told his staff, hey, we're going to block him. And so they blocked me. Okay? So I'm not shocked. I'm not pissed because we talk a lot of mess on our show, but these people talk mess about me, so I have a right to respond. Now, when it comes to T.S. Madison, she said she won't come on our show. That's fine. But I'm going to say here publicly, if you can sit with a man like Armon and he criticized you saying that you are the R word and that you hire R words, right? And all of that, you can have me because I didn't say none of that about you. And I don't know. I'm going to reach out to Oliver, right, Paul? We're going to reach out to Oliver and Craig because we have Oliver's number. We're going to reach out to him and I'm going to say, hey, why she blocked me? Now, T.S. Madison told Oliver not to work with me because I needed some graphics done and I wanted to hire him to like edit stuff for my documentary. I needed an editor. So we reached out to Oliver and then Oliver was communicating and he didn't do. I said, Oliver, why you don't want to work with me? Like, what's the tea? Because he came out to Dallas. He came out to Dallas, and I said, let me just go in and ask him. And I said, you know what? Oliver, we kikiing, we laughing, we drinking, blah, blah, blah. But I sent you an email and you sent me the price, and I told you I can afford it. Good. Why you not? What made you not do it? Oh, well, my boss, my mother told me not to work with you. My mother. And I'm like, who is your mother? Your blood mother? Oh, Maddie. I said, Maddie. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I sipped on my pina colada. I sipped on my Hennessy and my, my Red Bull. And I sipped on it and I said, whatever. And that's him. He didn't want to produce it and edited the documentary. And I said, that was fine. But I'm glad he let me know that she said, don't work with me. And I'm like, and this was like maybe a couple of months ago. I never said anything about it, but she never had me blocked. So I'm like, okay, it's probably a chance that I can get Maddie, on my show and stuff like that. So what did I do? I see that T.S. Madison was getting dragged in the media. Her move was getting dragged. So I see that she went on a press tour about her movie and she did not come to Black media. And I blasted her in the email. And only thing I said was, you see, this is the reason why your movie flopped, because you went to white folks. White folks don't really know you like that. They may know you like that, but you need to come to Black media. I blasted her, in an email, and I blasted her manager. Her manager does work with my former roommate, and my former roommate, he does events. He does like events in Mexico. He's a travel agent, and so her manager is working with my friend, former roommate, works for him, and then he always say like, why you ain't let me book you a trip? And I said, I don't want to work with you because you are associated with Maddie and I'm not cool with her. And sis told Oliver not to work with me. So I'm not working with that. I'm not associated. So no, I can't do it. I will have to decline. So when it came to Bros, I felt bad because nobody was talking about it. Armon Wiggins, he wasn't talking about it. His boyfriend wasn't talking about it. Well, he's too busy washing dishes and working at Walmart. So I don't think he had time to talk about it. So nobody was really talking about it. In Milagro Graham, she was running around Tory Lane. She didn't talk about it. None of the Black folks talked about it. So I said, talked to my producer, Paul, and I said, Paul, book me a ticket to the movies to go see Bros. So he booked me a ticket, and I went to go see Bros, and I was shocked because there was nobody in the theater. Now, I'm living in Plano. Like, I live by Plano, Texas. That is a predominantly white area. And I'm expecting to see some white folks in the area at the movies, seeing Bros. Not one white person was in the theater. Not one. Not one Black person. Only person that was there was me. Nobody was there. Went there, seen the movie, and I was shocked because the way that Maddie was tap dance for white folks, And the way that the other guy, y'all know his name, type his name, the other black guy, tapped down for these white people, I'm expecting to see them in having a lot of dialogue in this movie. I'm expecting them to have storylines really in this movie. If you blink, you're going to miss Maddie. If you blink, you're going to miss the other guy. Like, she didn't have a lot of lines, a couple of lines. You can count on your finger how many times she spoke. And if you go for a popcorn run and all that, you're going to miss Miss Lawrence and you're going to miss Maddie. And I'm like, the movie wasn't even catered towards black folks. Now, they thought that Miss Lawrence, Maddie, was going to get the black folks. But what Miss Lawrence did not do, and we blasted Miss Lawrence in an email, and we blasted her on Instagram. I said, when are y'all going to come to black shows? Because we are the new media, right? I have hundreds of people watching me daily, thousands of people watching me daily. We have 4.5 million people tuned into the Wiley Show in this year alone. So I have a big audience. So come on the show and do an interview. So they didn't come on. Here they are tap dancing for white folks, all on the major white publications that don't nobody read, right? Don't nobody check them publications out. They don't have the impact like they used to. They just have name recognition because they've been doing it longer. But when it comes to impact and actually having real engagement with real fans, I have that. So they didn't do it. And so the movie just flopped. And I guess Maddie was upset because I said it was flop. But I supported it and I tagged her. I was the only one in the theaters, no shade. And seeing it was on Peacock. And then when I watched it on Peacock, I said, I see why the movie flopped. Because it didn't have enough scenes. And I'm going to be real with you. Love making scenes. Can we say love making? All right. Love making scenes. Didn't have enough love making scenes. It was catered towards the white LGBT struggle. And we already know, right, Paul? The white LGBT struggle is different than the black LGBT struggle. We are in two different struggles here, right? We have two different lifestyles. And I think a lot of people in the heterosexual community don't know that it's segregation with the white LGBT and the black LGBT. That's why they have black pride and that's why they have pride. But they don't call it white pride. They just call it pride. So the reason why black folks have to have their pride is because the white people in charge don't invite them to the table. They might invite a couple of people like Miss Lawrence and Maddie because they tap dance for those white folks. But really catering towards the average African-American gay person, gay, bisexual, trans, no. So we have to have our own pride because it's division. Even when you go to white clubs, they don't even play a lot of hip hop. They play top 40 and Adele. And you know what I'm saying? They might play a little bit of that big girl, Lizzo. They don't really cater towards the black gay struggle. So what they tried to do over there with bros, they said, let me pick Maddie. Let me pick Miss Lawrence because they thought they have reach in the black community, and they probably do, but they did not go and talk to the Wiley Show, who have millions of people tuning into the show yearly. They didn't talk to us. And none of her friends, Armon, didn't talk to us and talked about the movie. He's promoting his records that didn't nobody buy. Nobody bought them records. Right? Didn't even buy them. It didn't even get on the chart. It didn't even get on the independent chart. Nobody bought them records. So they didn't even talk about it. Larry Reid didn't talk about it. Sasha didn't talk about it. Craig, the writer, didn't talk about it. Oliver didn't talk about it. But Brother Wiley talked about it. Not only did I view the movie by myself, eating the popcorns by myself, I went and I came back and I read, I came back and reviewed the movie, and people dragged me. They said, we're not going to see the movie. Absolutely not, Wiley. Just tell us what it is. We don't see it for her. She didn't come on your show. It is what it is. It's trash. It was late. She's not a legend. And it was dragging. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. They were dragging it. And so I did my and I heard that Maddie watched my review and were angry that I did what I did and said what I said. But I'm a commentator. I am a commentator. This is what I do. According to Roland Martin, I'm not a journalist, right, Paul? He said, I am a commentator, right? I'm not a journalist. So as a commentator, I was giving commentaries on Bros, which nobody went to go see it. Not even the white gay people went to go see it. Let me break that down. Not even the white gay people. So the white director, if you have his name, give me his name so I can give him some promo. He went live and blasted the heterosexual, the straight community. He blasted the straight community and said, well, straight people didn't go see this movie because they are homophobic and they blah, 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 blah. But bruh, the director, why you ain't blasting your fellow gay white folks? Because they didn't even go see the movie. They didn't even go support the movie. It wasn't no lines around the block. And black gay people didn't go because, again, it wasn't catered towards their struggle. It wasn't catered towards their lifestyle, right? So I was taking it all in and digesting it, and I said, okay, this is why Maddie blocked me, because she can't take that I'm giving my commentary about the show. Yeah, she couldn't take it. So she went on my IG and she blocked me. Now, you have a right to block us because I've been in this business long enough to know that if you give an opinion, everybody can't handle your opinion, right? My block list is very strong, not from regular folks. I'm talking about folks with blue check verifications. They don't respond to us, but they're going to block us because they know Wiley have impact and they can't take what we say, because not only I'm intelligent, I also have a cross eye, and they can't receive that with that wobbly eye, I can respond to them in a way that make the public laugh. So they can't take my opinion at all, right? And it's not bashing. And I told Paul said, well, maybe it was bashing. I said, I don't think it was bashing. Nobody was in the theater. That's not bashing. That's me giving my opinion. We had brother Dr. Larry D. Reed on our show. He laughed because I said, Larry, Dr. Reed, nobody was in the theater. I was by myself, and I live in a predominantly white area. White folks didn't even go see the movie. So when I saw that, her response with a block, I was flabbergasted. I was flabbergasted. I was perplexed. Is that a right word to use? Perplexed. Because all you have to do, Maddie, is come on the show, and we could have brought more people to sit in those theaters. And then she didn't like because I said, I don't think that you should be calling Michelle Atielian Gary Coleman, right? She didn't like that, I heard. She didn't like that. So with that entails, when it came to this show, I said, I don't think you should call a black woman a man and call her Gary Coleman if you don't want people to call you a man, right? And so her and Michelle Etienne, they're going back into beef. So I reached out to Michelle Etienne. I reached out to T.S. Madison. And I said, hey, y'all are two black, strong women, right? How about y'all can come on the show, on the Wiley Show, and we can have a conversation, and y'all can lay all of your differences to the side and have a talk on my show. I believe Michelle said she was down, right, Paul? I think she said she was down. I could be wrong. I have to go back in the emails, but I believe Michelle said she don't mind, right? And Maddie didn't respond. And then when I reached out to Funky Dineva, let's get into Funky Dineva. We requested to get his brother on our show, right? We emailed his brother. Funky Dineva got my email and responded and said his brother is not coming on my show. He cussed me out. And I said, Brother Funky, I don't know if it's the crack. I don't know if it's the crack pipe. But pipe down, don't come in the emails talking to me bad, because you ain't going to talk to me like that on the show. So I sent him an email. I said, come on the show and we can have an in-depth conversation, because I thought your brother was dissing you and I reached out for an interview. So don't reach out to me in an interview being ghetto and ratchet, because you can come on this show and we can have a conversation. And I'm going to ask you the tough questions. I'm going to ask you some real tough questions. And so it's going to be a good interview, but it's going to be some tough questions. So he didn't respond back, sent an email. But that'll just tell you that these people, they are watching our show. All right? And we welcome Funky Dineva to come on our show. We welcome him to have a conversation with us. Right? So, but I do thank all of the YouTube relationships that we do have. Shout out to all the relationships I have on the YouTube streets. Brother Storm, Brother Scotty, Brother Aaron, Sister Neek. Shout out to Sister Candace, aka Daytime Tea Time. So we do have good relationships with people. It's just everybody ain't gonna rock with us, and that's fine. Right? And I was getting criticized because people said, you should be in LA. You should be in LA. Well, number one, I don't live in LA. Number two, it wasn't in my budget to go to LA to do the trial. And I was just going to come on the show and get the clicks and views. It don't make sense to me going to LA, then rush to my hotel to give you what y'all probably already heard it. I get it in real time and I get the clicks and views, and I did right. And the next time we may go to LA, right? Or when it's a trial in Texas. I think we got a trial that's coming in Texas. I don't mind, may do that. May go to New York and do a trial. But I like just being at home and just doing my show from home, right? Okay? All right? So again, people were reaching out to us and they said, hey, you should have been. I said, we're trending really good. We in the algorithm really good, covering this trial. And we will continue to cover the trial in the privacy of our home. So that's just how that is. So people were saying we should be there. And I'm like, no. And if I was there, I'm not talking to Milagro Guerrero. I ain't going to embrace her in a hug. I am not going to embrace Armon in a hug. Any of those fake, twisted people, demonic people. I'm not gonna embrace them in no hug at all, because they're gonna be fake. They're not coming on my show. I'm damn sure not taking a selfie with them at all. None of them. Maybe with Neek, if Neek was there, I would definitely take a couple of pictures with Sister Neek and also a selfie. But any of the rest of them, absolutely not. So I don't even want to be in the courtroom with them at all. All right, because they say something out of pocket. We just got to turn it up in that courtroom, and I don't want to do that. So I would just continue to do the purpose because Milagro, she got on her, right, Paul? She got on her station head, and she said, quote, I want to punch Wiley. She said, if I see him, I'm going to punch him. That's what she said. She said she was going to punch me. And then she said, you can't smell my yoni. Now, did nobody even talk about her yoni? But she immediately said she's going to punch me if she see me in person. And then she said, I can't smell her yoni. She said that. So automatically, I'm not going to go if you're sending out a threat that you said you was going to punch me and then I can't smell your yoni. So if I can't do that, it's no use of me coming to the trial. Okay? So she said that, and I said, what? What is going on? You know, I'm not used to women want to hit me. I'm used to women standing up when I come in the room, being submissive, not ready to punch me. She actually said that. She said, I would punch him. I could get her, I could beat him. I said, what is going on with this woman? I don't want to fight this woman. I don't fight women. This woman having in her mindset that we gonna be out the courthouse boxing. That's what she said. Anyway, so she want to box me. All right. So that's how that went. So back to Maddie. We're not upset about being blocked, number one. Number two, I'm going to continue to do what I do on my show. If I see her in person, I would talk to her in person and be like, hey, Maddie, why did you block me? Let's be real. I'm here with you face to face. It is what it is. Let's talk about it. So I'm supposed to be in Atlanta in a couple of months. And when I see her in person, we're going to have a conversation. When I see her in person, me and Maddie will have a conversation. We're going to definitely talk eye to eye, man to woman, right? And we're going to talk as people, right? We're going to be cordial and we're going to have a conversation. So again, when I see her, I'm definitely going to be nice to her. And we're going to have a conversation, right? And we're definitely going to have a conversation when I see her or that. I tried to see her at, the Monique show. She was running from me. I saw her at the corner of my eye, and she ran and got in that SUV. So I was limping to her. I was trying to see her, and I saw her out of my peripheral vision, and she hopped in that SUV. But if she would have stayed, I would have talked to her then. Didn't see her. She was running from me. So the next time, if I see her when I'm in Atlanta, I will have a conversation and definitely talk to her. So and we definitely have a talk. And we definitely, because I was limping towards her. And I saw her out of my peripheral vision. You know, when you cockeye, you can see out of the corner of your eye in that peripheral vision. So I saw it. I saw how she hopped in an SUV. She was running from me. I was ready to have a conversation. Right? Because Maddie, she was sitting behind me. She was sitting a couple of rows behind me. And I said, okay, once this taping is over, I'm going to see her. And she hopped in that SUV. I tried to get my phone because, I have to get my phone. And while I was getting my phone, she didn't hop in that SUV and couldn't see it. So, yeah. So, she do have us blocked. We posted it, getting phone calls from across the country. People want to know why. I told people I will respond on my show. I declined to go on other shows because we have our own show. And I said, hey, I will give a public statement on my show. Okay. And so, yeah, we would have came up to her, and they said she was packing and I was packing. I'm always packing. All right. So, and I said, hey, let me come on over there and have a conversation with Maddie. But when I looked out the corner of my eye, she was in the SUV and it was too late. All right. And so, again, we're going to definitely have a conversation with her when I'm back in Atlanta. And I'm definitely going to have a conversation. Atlanta is like my second home. I love Atlanta. I love the people in Atlanta and stuff like that. And again, they said, why I didn't run out the SUV. I was looking too good to run out of SUV. Okay. All right, so that was that. Now, I was in my bed, resting, sleeping, having a good time, watching Far From Home. I watched that, and I was sleeping. And I had another movie playing, some movie about chess, and I was having that playing in the background. Wasn't really watching it, just having it playing in the background. And something told me to check my IG. So I checked my IG and I had about 20 messages. And usually when I have like 20 unread messages, either A, somebody's dragging me, or it's a development and make it into a trial, or somebody died or something. So I had about 20 unread messages. And so I checked, and it was all of it said, you need to go to Armon IG, Station Head. He's dragged you on Station Head. But before we go on Station Head and talk about that, we are 28, we're 26 on the charts. We are on the charts. We had beat Armon Wiggins in the ratings. And so we are on the charts, number 26 on the charts on Station Head. I can't believe it. I think we just got the news, right, Paul, today. We are 26 on the charts. We beat Armon in ratings. Yeah, we beat him. And so I'm so happy that the producers came through and saw us through that. We are number 26 in the ratings on Station Head. I couldn't believe it. I said, wow. And they thanked us and they sent an email. The CEO reached out and everything. And I couldn't believe it. I said, wow, we are number 26 on the charts and doing really, 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 really good. And we're on our way to that number one spot. We got to keep the momentum going to get us to that number one spot because, again, we love it over there on Station Head. Thank you to the CEO and thank you to my producers for their support, for tuning in on Station Head. We have great shows over there. We cuss over there on Station Head and everything like that. Yeah, we beat Armon in the ratings. So that's just how that went. And I couldn't believe it. And so, but today, I was minding my own business and I was getting, and I always tell my people, I said, always give me the timestamp because I don't want to listen to a full show, but give me the timestamp when I mention. So again, they give me the timestamp and I go and listen. And he said that he watched my members only live because one of my members sent him the members only live because the only people that have access to that live were the members, right? I'm not mad at it. That's free promo. We just added a new member on the show. So he said he talked about me on members only, and I watched it, meaning that a member sent it, or he have a FUFO account, he's a member, but he watched the members only live of us mentioning him, telling me not to talk about Jason Lee. And when I get this response and I say, I don't care what I say to the members only, I can always say it publicly. So I don't care. I can always say it publicly. So I don't mind anything I say members only. I know it can leak out. It can leak out anytime because you can just share it. Anybody can hear what you're saying on members only. So again, we're on members only. And Armon Wiggins, we're talking about it. He said, yeah, I called Wiley. I didn't block him. You did. You blocked me and you unblocked me and you called me. And he spin this whole narrative. No, bro, you called me because you didn't like that Jason Lee mentioned me. And you didn't like that I respond to Jason Lee. And you tried to call me to tell me not to talk about Jason. And I didn't understand. I was like, what in the world is going on? Why are you calling me? And then the conversation, he was just boosting himself up in that 35-minute conversation that he was having with me. And, this is quite interesting because I don't call him. I call him on another line, but I don't call him, right? He just called me and he said, hey, and that was a members only line. And we talking about this, and I'm minding my own business. He said I was trying to tell him that Jason we should not allow him in the YouTube space, but this is something he failed to mention. You're telling me not to talk about Jason because he's trying to get into the YouTube space, but you dragged him on your YouTube channel, made 300,000 views on that video, made thousands of dollars on that video, but you're telling me not to talk about Jason. That don't make sense. You're not trying to help me, because if you're trying to help me, you would have never talked about Jason. You already talked about him. You make sure clicks and views. So I'm going to talk about him. I just have a problem with talking about him. You talked about him and make 300,000 views. And if you didn't want him to come into this YouTube space, which he'd been in this YouTube space, you would have never dragged him. But he didn't tell his subscribers that he told me, I regret doing that video about Jason Lee because it made all of these YouTubers flock to him and cater to him. I made him out on YouTube. That's what you said. So, but if you didn't want him in this YouTube space, all you had to do is delete the live and then call me. But you still got the live up and making money off the live. So I just understand why calling me and telling me not to talk about Jason Lee when you talked about Jason Lee and made 10, 20 times more views than I made on Jason. But I guess he got mad because Jason mentioned us on his platform, and then I got a phone call. You would have never called me if Jason had mentioned my name, but you called, right? Because you watched it, you saw it, and you called. And saying that I should not talk about Jason, he's using you, Wiley, all of this, that doesn't mean anything to me. Because I've always talked about people on my channel, and it ain't gonna change. You talked about him and made clicks and views. So it doesn't make any sense with your logic telling me not to talk about him when you talked about him. You brought him up. You got your clicks and views. You got all of the super chats account. You burned that man book on live. I didn't. I still got the man book. But this ain't the first time Jason talked about us. He did it before. However, I don't have no personal, like, real street beef. This is just me giving my commentary. And he didn't tell his people, I regret doing that video. Yeah. You regret doing that video because you see your friend, the one that y'all used to eat crackers and donuts and sleep on his floor, you see him being invited to the parties and to the networking events and all of that. And then that's why you regret it. Because you called me because you didn't want me to talk about it and didn't want me to see that your close childhood friend that you broke bread with is doing shows with Jason. But instead of you addressing that, you are addressing Wiley. And in the comments, you have some very smart people that ain't scared no more. They said, "But what about your friend? What about such and such? Oh, I don't want to talk about that. This ain't about that. I ain't talking about her. I ain't studying her. Why you don't want to talk about her? Because you see he is in Hollywood making moves without having a lot of subscribers. But you talk about Wiley. Oh, see, Wiley mad because I interviewed his mom. This is why Wiley mad. And Wiley did, I just want to say it. And see, I told Wiley that you could work with me and be my assistant. Be my assistant. Stop doing your show and be my assistant. And then I'll come help you with your show. I knew that was a bunch of cow manure, and we disagree with that. And we still disagree with that. Because I'm not being your assistant. I'm not. I decline being your assistant. And you never even mentioned assistant. What you said those many, many years ago is stop doing your show and promote you, and then when you make it, you would come back and promote me. I wasn't going for that. Didn't see it for it. Didn't do it at all. I said, I'm not going to do it at all. And then he got involved with Tasha. I told him, don't get involved with Tasha K. This is for all blah, blah, blah. Did that. I said, listen, I'm going to do my show and you do your show. I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. And this is what I want to do. And I want to do that. I don't want to be your assistant for free. I don't want to be your co-host for free where I got to get the butt of the jokes. I'm getting dragged. I can't really have my opinion. I knew it wasn't going to work because when we did a show and when we were in conversations of doing something like that, he didn't like that I had favorites. Like I was cool with Dream Doll, still cool with Dream Doll. Actually, no Dream Doll people. Oh, I don't like how you said that. You just kissing her butt because you want to interview her and blah, because your people know her and blah, blah, blah. And I said I knew a co-host thing would not work because you don't want me to have a better opinion than you, and it wouldn't work. I think you just do what you do, I do what I do. And then he would say on his show, yeah, y'all see where my numbers at. Y'all see where my numbers at. And he could have been bigger than blah, blah, blah. You didn't even do that for your friend. You didn't even do that for the person that grew up together. Y'all played football together. Y'all slept in each other's bed. Y'all looked at each other private parts and wiped each other buttholes. You didn't do it for him. So I know damn well you ain't gonna do it for me because we didn't grow up together. And because I look at how you do him, you didn't do that for him. So why would I stop doing what I'm doing in hopes that you come and help me? Why can't we do our shows together, like individuals, and then we collaborate? Why can we do that? He didn't want to do that. He said, no, you stop doing what you're doing and focus on what I'm doing. Right? That is exactly what he told me those eons ago. Now we in 2022. We at almost 30,000 subscribers, millions of people tuning into the show. I'm on the right side because I'm happy and content on what I am doing. Armon is upset because he don't like people talking about him. He don't like it. And he said countless times, I'm going to stop talking about it. He was trying to drag me and people didn't even mention my name. They were mentioning his friend name. And he had to say, well, I'm talking about Wiley. He had to mention me. He's trying to deflect and not talking about his friend. Because he trashed his friend and while trashing me, said, I don't like channel growers, blah, 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 with channel growers and boo, boo, doo, 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 doo. I said, people gonna do the grow is gonna do what they're gonna do best to grow their channels. Nothing wrong with that. My loyalty is not with you. And then he said he ain't loyal. What I said to him on the phone when he called, I said, sir, I am loyal to my audience. I'm loyal. Okay? I am loyal to my audience because they have been there before you even call. That's who I'm loyal to. I'm loyal to my audience. Been very loyal to them, to my audience. Which is why I wake up and do shows for my audience. I'm loyal to them because in return, they have been loyal to me in tough times. They have been there for me. So all of this conversation, he said that I have all this talent, according to him. And then he criticized the numbers and all of that. And they said, well, Wiley, you should stop talking. I'm not going to stop talking about him. He's a trending topic. Jason Lee, a trending topic. Not going to stop talking about him. As long as you're trending, we're going to talk about you. There's other folks we don't even mention anymore because they ain't trending no more. They stopped trending. They really stopped trending, so we don't mention them no more. So as long as you're trending, we're going to talk about you. And that's what we're going to do. Just like he talk about us, because we are a trending topic. Okay? All right? And so this is what we do. Just like we get people that come from his camp in the DMs and they come in the chat, only when we mention that, they ain't in there on the regular shows, right? And we having these conversations. He called me. Didn't call him. I was living my best life. He was at Paris, France with his mama, and he's calling Wiley to tell Wiley not to talk about Jason. And he said, well, because this is YouTube. We should allow Jason to come into our space. But that don't make no sense. I'm going to say again, because you talked about Jason, got 300,000 views. You talked about that man. And other YouTubers talked about Jason Lee. So I'm not going to stop talking about Jason. Why would I stop? He's trending. My barber was like, oh, Jason was talking about you. This is a straight man. He said, I seen that Jason was talking. I said, yeah. This is what we do. He talked about me. I talked about him. This is the type of biz we in. And we get a call from Armon telling me not to talk about it. That doesn't make any sense. Why would I stop? Why will I stop? Why? Anybody can come on YouTube, and Jason been on YouTube. He been on YouTube for years. And if he want to infiltrate this space, let him. He got the resources. He got the producers. He got the clout. He got the connection with the celebrities. Let him infiltrate this sector. Go right ahead, because that's going to in return help us. So whomever he interviewed is going to help us. It's going to help the ecosystem. So we will continue to talk about Brother Jason as long as he's trending. Just like we will continue to talk about Nikki. We ain't talking about her lately because she's somewhere catering towards her man that's on the SO list, right? And looking at her man and getting bigger, eating cheeseburgers. We don't hardly talk about Cardi B. She's somewhere grieving, then somewhere dragging, somewhere playing with herself, somewhere getting surgeries and all that stuff. We don't really talk about her like that. Who else? On tomorrow, we're going to be doing a review on Krishan and Blueface because they're trendy. So we're going to talk about people that are trendy. We're talking about Tory Lanez because he's trendy. He's in the news. Talking about Megan Thee Stallion because she's in the news. So it is what it is. We're going to continue to talk about in this ecosystem. Right? And we get along with a lot of people on YouTube. I name a whole list of people we get along with people on YouTube. And we get along with people great. We never met these people. If I meet these people in person, they're probably, oh, Wiley, ooh, whatever. We get along with a lot of great people. When we was in Atlanta, I was meeting a lot of folks, taking pictures, hugging folks, embracing, having conversations, meeting my supporters. Hey, Wiley, how you doing? I was at Monique's show. Hey, Wiley, how you doing? Having cameras in my face. We doing what we doing great. We on the right side of history. I'm just not going to be nobody's assistant. I'm a leader. I'm not no assistant. Get up out of here with that, please. I'm not going to the book of your draws appointment, book of your date appointment, go meet your coke dealer so you can get high on your coke, you and your man. Absolutely not. I'm not doing that. So we declined to be an assistant. And he just, you could be my assistant. Assistant? Girl, get up out of here with that. I don't want to be your assistant. And then people use the word jealousy. But what is that when he called me not to talk about Jason? What do you call that? And he blocked me. And then he unblocked me and then blocked me again. So you're not genuine. You can get up out of here with that. It gotta be it's giving coke, because you gotta be on coke, Coca-Cola, coke, white powder, booger sugar, because you blocked me, unblocked me, called me, and then blocked me again. Like trying to control us. Tasha K couldn't do it, and you can't do it. So that's just how that go. Oh, don't talk about Jason. Don't talk about Jason Lee, because he's trying to get a show. Don't talk about his show. Why I can't talk about his show? I talk about everybody else's show. And then people would say, Wiley upset because he ain't in LA. I don't want to go to LA. I'm doing fine reporting. Getting more numbers than people that's actually in the courtroom. I told one person, I said, you in the courtroom, you eating your french fries, but you ain't getting no clicks. You come out better just staying at home and doing what we doing over here. And we will continue to do what we do. We didn't want to go to the courtroom. We didn't want to go to LA. We want to go to LA. I got plenty. We could have went to LA. I just declined. I'm doing fine reporting on the case here. If it's a case in Texas, we'll go to the Texas courthouse. I ain't not go to the Texas courthouse. Okay? So, and yeah, so I was literally just minding my business, you guys, and I said, hey, let me do this show and mind my business, like I always do, it comes to me. He called me. And like I told his friend, I said, y'all got a beef. Y'all don't want to talk about the beef, but you talking about it on IG. He don't want to talk about it because something went on. But one day you going to talk about it, and I'm going to be right there with my notebook and my pen reporting on it. Just like the whole thing with Milagro. I get it. Team up. Y'all are YouTubers. Tory Lanez walked away. You looked at a mess, a hot mess at trial. We made sure you dressed better. You went to the store, got you some turtlenecks. You put on all that extra makeup. You teamed up with Armon Wiggins. Your fans dragging it, saying it's a hot mess. And you paid for his drinks. He called you a B. Congratulations. If that's what you call success, then congratulations. Call you a B, drag you, call you Dusty. You pay for the man drinks. If y'all think that's great, then na. Go right ahead. But then you want to punch me because we reposted your pictures because your meat was spilling out of them clothes. And you want to say you want to punch me. So I don't understand that. We just posted the picture. And wow, you want to box me. I just don't understand that. What Wiley say? What tell Wiley who I'm sitting? She worked. You supposed to be in LA, 1,000 miles away, reporting the case, talking about Wiley. We talking about you because you news. Because they was dragging her on Lipstick Alley. 1,000 people on Lipstick Alley called Surviving My Radio. We're dragging her. Twitter was dragging her. All these people were dragging her. Wiley said something really, really late, and immediately Wiley get dragged. Because my response gets to these people. She didn't drag Lipstick Alley. She didn't drag Surviving My Radio. She didn't drag Twitter. She didn't drag the people on Clubhouse that were dragging. We declined to even go on Clubhouse because they wanted me to go on there and drag Milagro. I said no. I declined. Didn't even go to Clubhouse. But they posted my IG and they were dragging Milagro. We didn't go over there. But then Milagro said she want a box. That's what she said. This lady said she want to box me. What? This lady said, she said, I want to fight you. She want to fight me. Like, who in the right man want to fight a man? You're supposed to be standing up for a man, cooking my food, making me some chicken, but you want to fight me. I just don't get it. She said, I want to fight you. So if Milagro want to do that, we can arrange to go to a gym and I can train up. We can go to a gym and we can go to a gym. It could be a bikini boxing match. I could be in my Gucci thong. You could be in your bikini. And we can have it. I train up. I'm actually going to go to the gym. Right, Paul? We can do some training, and it could be a bikini boxing match, and we can sell tickets, $100 tickets, and VIP for $5,000, and yeah, we could definitely have a conversation. I have to train and stuff like that, so I'm just going to train for it. And again, if she want to go down with that, we can definitely train. I'm gonna go in the gym. We'll be in that training. If that's what she want to do, then we can do it. I don't mind. We could be in that training. We can put tickets to sale. We can sell it to the people on Twitch. We can sell it to people on Instagram. We can sell it to people all these type of platforms. And y'all can definitely come and see us box in our bikinis. All right. So again, she want to box us. So she was calling us out. So so that's what she said. So we definitely gonna have that. We definitely gonna have that. And we don't know who will win. Cause they said Milagro, she ghetto and everything like that. I'm gonna be turned on by it. But anyway, she said she said she want to do that. And that's what she want to do. But I'm gonna be training in the gym. I'm gonna hit the weights. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be like, oh, Wiley, you know, all that type of stuff. So that's what she said she want to do. She said she want to box Wiley, and she said it. She said, "Hey, I want to box him." I said, it is what it is." And if she beat me, y'all can laugh. You know what I'm saying? We can definitely have it. I'm gonna be training up. Let me train it up. I'll be training. You know, hitting the weights. And yeah, so I'm gonna start training on tomorrow. And I'll schedule. I'll reach out to her people, and y'all can reach out to my people, and we can get that, we can get that scheduled in the future. So if y'all want that to be scheduled, I'm gonna start my training. We could definitely train for that, because she did say she, you know what I'm saying, we could just make it in the box in 12 rounds, and we can have Ra Ali, because she looked like a referee. We can let Riley be the referee. We can let Riley be the referee, and we could do that at a gym. We get a crowd to come sell tickets. She walk away with 50% of the 50% of the proceeds. I walk away with 50% of the proceeds. That's how we do it. We can have a bar. We can do 12 rounds, and we will let Ra Ali be the special guest referee, and that's what we'll do. So again, if she want to have that intel, I'm 1,000% will be there for. Okay, we'll let Riley be. We will let Riley be the special guest referee. So if that's what she want to do, and so we definitely do that. So yeah, so we definitely do that. So we'll see how that's gonna, you know, do that. I don't know why her husband ain't involved. I told, where's her husband? Where's her husband? So again, she ain't got her husband involved. So we definitely gonna be training up for that way. We're gonna be serving lemon pepper flats, and we're gonna be selling, we're gonna be selling lobster and everything like. Because I originally I wanted to link up with Milagro, and we go out for some lobster. But I think I said some crabs and some lobster. This woman said, "I ain't going out with no crab legs for Wiley. I hit him in his neck with that crab leg." I'm like, what is going on with this woman? Why she want to box me? Like, everything that I be trying to flirt with her and stuff, all that. This woman said she wanna she said, I ain't going out with no crab legs. I hit the crab legs in his neck. I said, wow, this woman, wow. I just said to go off for some crab legs. Yeah, Zayda, you live on air.
Hey, Wiley, listen, you have been doing an incredible job, and this has been an incredible episode. But let's get into these topics. I don't know why Armon feels the need to call you and let you know not to talk about Jason Lee. Um, it seems comical to me because he definitely did the same thing and dragged Jason Lee on a whole episode, banning his book, exposing text messages, exposing calls, exposing everything. But then has the nerve to sit up there and call Wiley and be like, "Listen, Wiley, don't talk about him because he has a show coming out." Let me tell you about Jason Lee's show that he has supposedly coming out. It ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. It ain't gonna last long. And I highly doubt it if he even has a person as of today that is looking to produce his show on a television show. He has fallen out with Dash Radio. He has fallen out with iHeartRadio. He has fallen out with VH1. He's damn near he's nearly falling out with Zeus Network. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So the fact is, Armon Wiggins, your input is not needed. Wiley doesn't need no one to tell him how to run the Wiley Show because Wiley gonna run it his way. And so that is like I said about that. But T.S. Madison, I don't understand why T.S. Madison blocked you. I know Jason Lee did mention, oh, well, Wiley's falling out with all these other content creators. Wiley hasn't fallen out with Zayden. Wiley hasn't fallen out with a lot of people that he's cool with. So the fact is, you're all this jealousy and envy. See, the thing, Wiley, I'm learning now is that they don't want competition. When you're a threat and when you're a competition to them, they don't like you because they feel like you're going to be better than them, bigger than them. Your opinion might be more valid than them. And so they're going to feel the need to always constantly ridicule, bring you down, and do what? We're going to talk about Jason Lee because he's trending. And the minute he stops trending is the minute we're going to stop talking about him. That's how the world works. So if Jason want to get clout and he want to do all that he does, it's going to happen for him. Karma's going to happen to where he is not going to have his show on a network, and he's going to be on putting his show on YouTube just like everybody else. And so at the end of the day, we don't need Armon Wiggins' input because it's not needed over here at the Wiley Show. But that's all I gotta say, Wiley. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
All right, thank you so very much for calling in. I don't even know if Jason Lee after they've been picked up by a network, because usually if you have a date by a network, you pay, hey, we coming soon to ABC or CBS. I think it's going to be a YouTube thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Wiley, he keeps pushing it back. At first, it was going to be in December. Now it's going to be January the 9th. And he said, oh, well, I'm not ready to tell you guys what network it's going to be on. I'm not ready. He's not ready because he doesn't have a network for him to put it on. That's why he's panicking and freaking out, going to the White House, talking about, oh, I'm going to go to the White House to see Biden, and I'm going to see Kamala Harris and see whose party's better, and then has the nerve to put out the exclusive of Rihanna's baby with ASAP Rocky. And so it's kind of like, oh, black media should work with the YouTubers and the new media because we can go together and we can push the narrative more. But Jason Lee is nothing but more than a hater. He will only like you if you are beneath him and no competition. The minute you become competition, so the thing is, Jason Lee can't compete with the Shade Room because the Shade Room has our normal reach way more than him. Jason got like 3.1 million followers on Instagram, and 1 million of those is bots, and 2 million of those is people over in North Korea, and the rest of are Americans. So at the end of the day, he don't have a platform. And so the reason why he wants to push that narrative or always feel like he's got to be in the room, he got to be this, and Jason Lee is this, and he's breaking all the exclusives because he wants to feel important in this culture and in this game because he's been rejected his whole life. His mom rejected him. His dad rejected him. His whole family rejected him. Jason Lee is a project of a rejected kid turned bully. So now he feels as though he's in a space where he has control because he has a platform, allegedly, or he feels like he can get in the room with any celebrity or drop an exclusive. Right now, Jason Lee is literally worshiping Rihanna's a poster on the wall to manifest her coming on his show, Wiley, so that he can get the first guest, Rihanna, and say, oh, I interviewed Rihanna. I dropped Rihanna's baby pictures. Look at baby pictures. By the way, the baby is very, very cute, but I think he has Rihanna's forehead. I saw the pics, and he got Rihanna's forehead for sure. But the baby is super cute. But Wiley, what do you think? Do you think that Jason Lee's show is going to be picked up on a network? And if you do, which network do you see it on? MTV?
I think maybe, I don't know if he's still cool with Revolt. I could see it on Revolt. If he get Rihanna, that's going to be big numbers, but that could be big for him because Rihanna rarely do interviews, and since she gave him the baby pictures, because according to him, the paparazzi was going to put it out, and she said, okay, if anybody needs to put it out, it's going to be you, Jason. So she gave it to Jason. And I don't see any problem with that. I think that's a good look for his show and his brand. And if he get a Jason Lee show and he get, to interview Rihanna, it's going to be great. I don't necessarily see it working on Zeus because Zeus is all about fights. Zeus is about drama. And if he's not bringing that type of Jerry Springer, you said with my baby daddy, granddaddy, I don't necessarily see that show actually working on Zeus. But Revoke, yes, I don't see it. It depends because a lot of people are not really watching shows. It's really, Nick Cannon couldn't make it as a TV host, and Ricky Lake couldn't do it when she came back. Rosie O'Donnell failed when she came back as a TV host. So I don't see it actually. I don't know. It may work and it may not. But again, if he get Rihanna, that's a good look. But what about other shows after the Rihanna interview? And that's something that we're gonna have to see. And I won't be shocked if it's just gonna be on YouTube. It will not surprise me if it's just gonna be on YouTube because YouTube is the new way to go because everybody's not really, you know what I'm saying, doing shows um on television anymore. They do it on YouTube because a lot of people can't make it on daytime television or even nighttime shows. Look what happened to the guy that came in, you know,
Talking about Jerry O'Connell with
no, no,
Wendy Williams.
Arsenio Hall. He
Okay.
did a show. He did a night. He brought back his nighttime show, and it flopped. You know what I'm saying? Even the Jerry guy, he flopped as a daytime host. So a lot of them shows do flop. So it takes a lot of money for marketing and planning, and it takes a lot of time to get in that groove. And I don't see Jason in that type of groove. Online, yes, because he's online, and I don't think people online is going to go to his television show because a lot of people, number one, they don't have they're don't really not on television. They're not watching television like that. Most people are watching like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, TikTok. They're on those type of platforms. And let's be clear, daytime television shows are a dying breed. Like people are not watching those shows like they used to because they got a lot of competition. You got streaming, you got YouTube, you got all of these, you got TikTok.
Yeah, I agree with you. But my whole thing is too is Wiley, you know that Lemuel Plummer is saying that he is looking to rebrand his content as where it's not all about fighting. Might be that he might be Jason Lee might be going to Zeus Network, right? And he might be able to produce the show 5 days a week and get the exclusive interviews so people can go on Lemuel's platform. Because Jason does have a good thing where I'm never a hater of him. He is good when he's making connections and getting people to come on the show. So it is what it is. Right now, I'm not currently subscribed to Zeus. Until Nally show comes back or Bad Boys. I'm not gonna watch the other show what's going on right now with your favorite toxic couple.
I'll watch it. I'm actually gonna review that because I'm gonna watch it after I get done doing this episode. So that could, I think for that type of show and that branding that he have is screaming YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
It is, Wiley.
It's not screaming daytime because if he was doing like a real network show, he would be doing interviews. He would be doing, you know what I'm saying? He will be on mainstream sites. I don't really see that promo run unless he's going to do that after Christmas. But you should have been did that because let's be clear, when Sherry Shepherd had her show coming out, she was all out in mainstream media. And so I don't really see that. The branding of his show is screaming YouTube. It's no different than gagging. It's just the only difference is you in an office building.
Yeah, basically, he's in a space in Hollywood that he turned into the Jason Lee show because nobody was paying to do their podcast at his Hollywood Unlocked studios. That's why he stopped putting out promotion on it.
It was too expensive.
Too expensive, Wiley.
Because again, it's cheaper to do it at your house. You don't need to go. That's a dying model because you don't need to go and do a show. I remember I was paying back when I used to do the Wiley Show. I used to pay this guy, I think $250 a week to host my radio show at his studio. And I said, wow, I don't need to do that. It's cheaper to do it at home and just pay Blog Talk $40 than to pay you $250 a week. And I don't have a big audience like that to be paying you that type of money. And so that's like and I called and see if he was still in business, and he's not in business anymore because that's a dying model. Like people are doing shows out of their home.
Exactly. Nobody wanted to go to Hollywood Unlocked Studios because it's too pricey. Think about it. When you got to get up there, it's Hollywood, so you got to pay for parking. Number one, parking gonna be like at least $20 to $40, depending on how long you stay there. Then you got to find someone to work the camera behind the screens for your podcast. Then you got to pay for the excessive studio time that he was looking for. He advertised that so much. Come to Hollywood Unlocked Studios. I'm here. Nobody went. That's why he got rid of his apartment allegedly in NYC, and he ain't there no more because he couldn't keep up with the payments and the rent allegedly. And so that's the reason why he turned Hollywood Unlocked Studios into the Jason Lee show because no one was checking for the studios. Now he could have had Zed on. He could have had me roll up there, Wiley. But
LA is expensive market. LA and New York is two expensive markets, right? To do something like that. And most people in LA got camera stuff in their house.
Exactly.
That market probably could have worked in Texas or some another market. But number one, LA is just an expensive market. And you be like, it's cheaper to do this in my house.
Exactly. Yeah, he may have better equipment or better lighting and stuff, but I'm not going to waste of $500, $700 to Jason Lee for 1 hour podcast at Hollywood Unlocked Studios, which, is not going to go
Especially,
nowhere.
especially if you don't have the audience and the infrastructure for it.
Exactly.
That doesn't make any sense. You could just do it in your house. Like it doesn't make any sense. Now I can understand if I'm going to LA and I got an interview with Rihanna or Kanye West, and I say, hey, can I use your studio? It's no different when Armon interviewed Bobby Lights and he used somebody's studio. That makes sense.
Of course.
You got the money, you got the infrastructure, you got the audience. And just like the young lady, I can't think of her name, that actually interviewed Cash and actually interviewed Island Boy. She paid the studio, and she getting the clicks and she getting the clicks and views. I don't think that's a good thing to continue to do unless you got the money to do so. But if you got like exclusive interviews and you trying to make sure it's a good, a good place, then do it. Because I think that Jason was charging, if I'm not mistaken, 200, was it like $250 an hour, or it could have been more than that?
It was more than that because there was like 3 rooms. So
okay, yeah.
If you got the most expensive room, it was higher up. If you got the cheapest room, it was like $250 per hour. But yes, he had it to where it was like $250 was the minimum for 1 hour, $500 for the medium room, $850 for the large room for 1 hour. And so it's just a lot that goes into that. And I think that no one bought into that. And that's the reason why it's no longer in service and it's no longer up. Now, Wiley, I want to know what's the beef with T.S. Madison? I mean, do you have a problem with her? Like, is there an issue that y'all got going on? Why? Because me and T.S. Madison have the same attorney, and Kendra Stevens, and so our trademark attorney. So what's the beef with that?
I don't have anything against, like a beef. No, I was critical of the movie. I said, hey, she should have paid Samantha James, should have paid for her funeral. Those are just my opinion. No different than her calling Michelle ATL and Gary Coleman. It's no different than what she does on her show. And then I criticized her again. I said, hey, if you in Hollywood, why are you going down on YouTube to talk about Michelle ATL? Like, I thought she was above that, because she kept saying, I'm above that, I'm above that, I'm above that. But then you see her go right back in the gutter talking about the YouTubers. But then when she got a movie to put out, she don't go on the YouTube shows. But when she want to drag, she on YouTube. So you on YouTube like everybody else. Yes, you on Hollywood and all that, but you still got to go on YouTube to get a coin, because that's not paying you enough just to stay in Hollywood. Because let's be clear, you're not a good actress, because when she act, it ain't all. She's not she needs to go to school for that, like to get trained. Like, it's not for her. And then, bro, did you go see Bros?
I did not see the movie Wiley. Unfortunately, I did not. I was not there. I didn't see the promotion. I didn't hear anything about it until actually you spoke about it. And yeah, I think it probably was only in selected theaters. And where I'm from, if it's not in a hot market, it's not going to be shown in LA. So I didn't see the movie. Now, Wiley, my question to you is, why didn't you think there was a season 2 of her show on Fox Soul? Because word to the curb is she's reaching out to Claudia Jordan and saying, hey, get me back to do another season with T.S. Madison. Turned out with T.S. Madison. Why didn't that work, Wiley? Why is she not doing a season 2?
Low ratings, and the cost of producing that show probably did not done better, than her just doing it at home. I think it would have worked if she would have just did it at home like they do for the rest of the shows, but they tried to get T.S. Madison to host a show. It was low ratings. It was boring. I would love to see the Queens of Cocktails do a show in the studio with a studio audience. That can work because they got the views on the internet. It could work on Fox Soul with a studio audience and everything like that. But for Maddie, when I watched her show, it was some terrible segments on that show. She could not, it just wasn't, it was boring. It didn't do right. She brought her mind. It didn't get any clout. She brought Tasha K, didn't really get any clout. It was very boring, and she didn't have it for that show. And the only time people tuned in is when she probably would have had with Tasha K. But those other segments, no. Like, I'm not shocked. Just like her reality show didn't come back for a second season because it was low ratings in the first season. people did not come out to watch that show. Her fans, even though they will watch her drag Michelle Etiele and call her Gary Coleman, but when it came for her for the T.S. Madison experience, even with Tiffany Haddish, I'm sorry, with Tiffany Pollard, they didn't go out and watch it. They didn't watch it.
Yeah.
We were the only YouTube channel in this sector that reviewed that show on a weekly basis. These other people, they didn't review it. They didn't watch it.
Yeah, Wally, I agree with you. And it's sad that, she didn't get her second season or didn't go out. Because honestly, I felt like it was too much. It was her going out different places in the cars and here. And maybe it was too much. It was too pricey. When the Queens of the Cocktails with the Queens and then the show with Funky Dineva, not Funky Dineva and
Claudia and
Alren and Claudia, those are cheap shows to make. They're not spending a whole lot of money in production. You see that they're getting constant views constantly, and they're actually the main ones growing the Fox Soul channel. Currently, the Fox Soul, I think, is currently have like over 400,000 something subscribers, and back then, like a year ago, it was like less than 285. So it has been growing, but the thing is, T.S. Madison's show couldn't hang in there with the other ones as far as production wise. I think it probably costs too much money to make.
Even with Jay Solis show, he was on Fox Soul, didn't do that well.
No, he didn't. Wally.
And that ended just like he had a radio show with iHeartRadio, didn't do that well. And he's not going to tell you it was a flop. He's going to say, "Oh, I just left and all that," and then left DJ Damage and Blue and left them hanging. And now he's starting something else, which I'm not mad at it, but it did not work. And again, people want to be entertained, like they want to have drama. And even with Maddie's show, it wasn't no real type of confrontation, wasn't no drama. And now maybe if they would have had Kaya, and Kai was in the show, and it was a drama fights and blah blah, it would have probably got a season 2. But for Maddie, no, like it's difficult for her to do a show by herself, to carry a show by herself, because she just don't have that, that type of personality. Because even when she do her show on YouTube, she had to depend on her worker. She had to do jokes. She had to sing a gospel song. She's singing Patty, and then only interested when she roasted Michelle Etiele.
Yeah, and she spent so much money on that media wall that she got. And I think I don't know if you saw you saw the show, but there was a trans girl that she interviewed in the car. Do you remember that interview?
You're talking about
who was that?
He's on Bingo. Oh guys, Cherry Boom.
Cherry Boom. She interviewed Cherry Boom, and I think that was one of her most watched interviews because Cherry Boom was on the show with T.S. Madison. So, and ever since after that, I didn't really see much of her show anymore. Just like what's his name, Trick Daddy, I Got My Pots. He's no longer on Fox Soul either. In the kitchen with Mano and the other two people, he's no longer on Fox Soul either. So Fox Soul's out here giving out all these shows to people that they think can bring in the ratings, but they're not happening. That's why they only keep the Cocktails with the Queens, and they only keep the other show with Dineva and Claudia and Al Renners, because they are low budget. There are low.
They no budget. Yeah, they low cost shows.
But yes,
and they bring in the numbers,
the views, right? Exactly.
Those shows is keeping Fox Soul lights on.
Basically,
those other political shows not bringing in the views, shit like that. But those two black shows is really bringing, it's bringing in numbers. Like Dineva coming in with a built-in audience. Claudia is really entertaining. Alred is really entertaining. The Queens of Cocktail. You got Lisa Ray. You got all the other. You got Vivica Fox. You got people that have been in the industry for a long time, and they have an audience, and they're opinionated, and you there for their opinion. And they had some good shows, and I'll be watching every once in a while with the shows that they have, and they don't mind giving their opinion on the show. They don't mind it. I remember one episode when Lisa Ray, sister to Brat, and I didn't even know that was her sister. They brought her on the show, and it was like, I don't care. Why y'all bring her on? Blah, blah, blah. It was a mess, but it was good for the ratings. And they always get replays. They always repost some of their shows on the blogs, Cocktails, and I think, but mostly it'd be the Cocktail show, and then sometimes Claudia and Fox Soul, Claudia and them show with Funky. But yeah, Fox Soul, It's like YouTube. Like most people, they don't go on the app and watch it. They mainly watch it on YouTube.
Absolutely. Wally, I'm gonna let you go on your show, but I'm gonna address one last thing real fast. This little comment. It says, "Yeah, I don't trust Zayden. Look how he acts when things go south, instead of being grateful that he has the opportunity in the first place." Yes, Jason Lee may have gave me the opportunity and the platform to be on his show, but
Mhm.
when it came down to the real, Jason Lee is nothing more than a fake individual. Just like I was rooting for him in the beginning, and I asked Jason Lee to come on to my show to interview him, just the same way he was begging Wendy Williams for an exclusive interview when she was hot and when she was trending. It's the same way I asked for an opportunity from him as well. But at the end of the day, I'm the one that is the victim in this whole situation. Jason Lee did me wrong, and I did nothing to him. So you can sit there and say, "Oh, Zayden's being spiteful. Oh, I don't trust Zayden." But guess what? Jason Lee has fallen out with a whole lot of people, including Armon Wiggins, and I didn't burn his book or his sweatshirt. I actually still have it. Now we can put it on the internet. I can go ahead and burn it just the way Armand did it. But no, I don't. I'm not jealous of Jason Lee, and I'm thankful for the opportunity. I will continue to post the content that he was provided to me, because guess what? I worked for it and I earned it. And just the same way as I created the mess report that got given to Sharon, it's the same way that my legacy still lived on that show and my influence for what I created. But that's all I gotta say,
I,
Wally. Thank you
I,
so
I,
much.
I see a lot of people they were talking about that. But again, you were would that be accurate? A co-host of the
Wiley, their co-host, there's 98 episodes of Gagging. I'm on 56 of the episodes.
oh,
I
50.
was there from the very, very beginning. I had the most camera time out of everybody. I'm the one who brought the whole Gag Nation together in a group text when talking behind the scenes. I'm the one that was always being messy on the show and bringing drama. Who got into with the cussing pastor? Or I had so many things that I did on the show: Christmas lights, flowers, money, cash, guests, arguments. I mean, there are so many things that I've did, even great interviews with I forgot her name. I can't think of her name right now. But all those people, we had, Regina Carter on the show. And so the fact is, I played my position. Jason Lee only knows the side of Zayden on social media. He doesn't know that I'm a sweetheart in real life. I'm a genuine person. I met Jason Lee before I ever got on his show.
Mhm.
He was coming down the pool, and I saw this thing. I said, "Hey, can I get a picture with you?" And he said, "Yes." And we snapped the picture, and then he slithered off somewhere. I didn't know he was a snake back then. He wasn't slithering like he's slithering today. He just slithered all through Hollywood trying to get exclusive and drop pictures of babies so that he could say I did it first and say, "Oh, new media needs to work with the black media." Well, guess what? You said that you for the black people and you support black content creators, but you never supported Zayden. You never supported my growth. You never did anything for me. I never got paid from the show. I never got a check from the show. Jason Lee has pawns, Wiley. And the thing is, in chessboards, there's knights, there's bishop, there's queens. Those are the people that he's paying. The pawns are the Zaydons, the Jamirs, the Sharon, the Amber Lynn, the Sweetie Poo, the Tonys, the Amber, the AVs. Those are the pawns that he plays, because guess what? We're not competition. But the thing is, when you become competition, like now I'm becoming competition, he don't want to speak to me no more and do me wrong and do me dirty and say, "Oh, I block Zayden on all sites." No, that's not true. You didn't block me on Twitter. You didn't block me on my second Instagram page. Okay. You can't block me on YouTube. I don't think so. But if you can, guess what? You're not blocking me. I can still see the page. So at the end of the day, no one's hating on Jason Lee. And the thing is, I realized that he is he's a hurt, sad individual. From what he's been through his past, with his brothers being killed, his mom didn't want him, his daddy don't want him, and so Jason Lee's always gonna be Jason Lee. He's gonna look out for himself first, and everyone else is second. He's gonna be on camera like, "Oh, I support Black media. I'm here for everyone," but behind closed doors, he don't support you at all. Somebody sent me a whole sheet, did a background check, Wiley, on Jason Lee, sent it to my email, where the addresses where he lived, how much debt he had, how much collections he had, how much other defaults that he had from places that he lived with. I got the whole sheet that they sent to me in my email. And I never went on my live or my platform to expose those details, because I'm not trying to be doxing people. But yes, Jason Lee is not all who he claimed to be. So at the end of the day, no one's hating on Jason Lee. And the thing is, we're gonna continue to talk about him on the Wiley Show. whether he's doing good or whether he's doing bad, because guess what? He is trending news.
All right. We thank you so very much for coming on the show. And I don't know if the show going to work out with Jason. I don't know if you're going to go back over there and buy some more chocolates.
So but I might be outside the studio while with a sign that say "Don't support Jason Lee."
Oh wow, because you live in LA, right?
Right on Hollywood Boulevard.
All right, so you're definitely there. So we're looking forward to your reviews on Jason Lee's show.
All right, Wiley. Thank you so much. Enjoy your show.
Thank you so very much. All right, bye. You just never know, like, who's gonna call in and give their thoughts about it, and we appreciate that. I think we got a caller in here. He said on Hollywood Boulevard. He got money. Give me a second. Oh wow, people have been calling in all day. He got okay. Live on Hollywood Boulevard. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show. Is this Jason Lee?
This is the icon.
Oh, go ahead, icon.
The overseer. So, Armon Wiggins, why is he really trying to control you? You're a grown person. You do what you want to do, just as Armon Wiggins, do what he wants to do. Like, I just don't get it. Like, Wiley is doing Wiley. Everyone have a different pace of growing their channel. It's genuine. Every day Wiley go live, I'm there. I might be in the bushes, but I'm there. Everyone have their own way of doing things. Like, I don't get it. Like, Wiley is the type of person that if you don't see, he doesn't kiss ASS like the others. You were just reading Millie down. Millie was just reading you down. And now y'all being fake with the link up. Just try to throw shade at the Wiley Show? Who cares? We see right through you guys. We see each other. Everyone see each other, guys. I mean, what? And then Millie throwing shade and pay for the drink. That was shade towards Armon. And she's going to read you and throw that in your face later when they beef again. You get what I'm saying? Because he quick to say, oh, she paid for the bill. She ran to pay for the bill. I don't get it. Like, it's just nonsense. Do you think they're going to fall apart?
I probably so. And we definitely going to be there to be on the lookout for it. And I think for her fans, I don't know if you're there, they were dragging it. They said, oh my gosh, he's the odds. Nikki ain't going to like this,
And I want to know what Cardi B is thinking as well.
Mm-hmm.
How Milagro Graham doesn't know that this could be a setup. Like, look what just happened in Mexico when she thought those were her friends. Like, you can't, and I'm shocked and I'm so surprised with Millie. Like, you that easy to give, like, what? So if that's the case, suck it up and link up with Wiley and forgive Wiley. Wiley's being Wiley.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Because she said she's going to punch me if she see me in person.
And about the crab leg, she said she was going to stab you with the crab leg. It's just crazy. I mean, it's all entertainment, but I'm just saying, like, guys, like, let Wiley be Wiley. We love Wiley here. And I do want to read this short, overweight, late queen, Anat from Atlanta. I don't see it. Her body is botched. She's late. And once again, she's Anat. How dare her all of a sudden block you, of all people, and why now? Why now? Hashtag why now, T.S. Madison. Why now? If that's the case, why not block Armon Wiggins? Because Armon Wiggins is the one that really did you dirty. Really did you dirty, Ghana. You're not being the Beagle streets and the bushes. But it's crazy. like T.S. Madison, she a fierce queen. And everything she touched after Kaya is falling apart if you guys don't see it. I see everything. I pay attention to everything. Everything that she touched after Kaya is falling apart until she do right by people, until she do right by her TS girlfriends, her TS sisters, because they don't even see her. And exactly what you said about that movie, no one went to see that movie, bro. Trash. I didn't know nothing about the movie until the Wiley Show talked about the movie. I still didn't go see it though, but I was intrigued when you went to see it to tell us about it. Them type of girls think they're the it factor, they live in the they late and thing. Like you said, she has to come on YouTube to make that coin. Because the other coin we don't see it happening.
I feel you on that. Absolutely. We're going to definitely see about that. Thank you so very much, Icon. Are you going to watch Bros? Because it's on Peacock.
Hell no. Even if it was free, I'm not going to go see it. I don't see it.
Oh, man. Thank you so very much.
Even if the bootleg was $3, I ain't paying for it.
Yeah.
And I'm going back in the bushes, but you have to call and be a little messy. But those type of girls is lateness thing. They ass kissers. The Wiley Show don't kiss ass.
Yeah. Thank you so very much.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Oh, wow. So the phone lines is definitely open if anybody want to call in to give their thought. Oh, wow. We've been on here for 2 hours? I'm going to have to go, y'all, in about a couple of more minutes because I want to rest up for the trial. Because today is trial day. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show.
Just sitting here listening to your show, and I see you have somebody that's really in your corner there, really supporting everything that you say. That's good, but you have a good show, Wiley, and everything like that, and you know I like you and everything like that. But I do think that you talk about people a lot. You do. You really say horrible things sometimes, and I think that sometimes you be playing, but then other times I think you be very serious, and I think that that hurts people, and that's why they don't want to come on your show. I understand that it's your show and you can do what you want, and that's true. But being mean, I don't agree. I really don't. I don't. One day you'll say something good about someone, and then the next day you'll be very mean towards them. And I just sometimes I don't understand. A lot of people say you just be trolling and you do that just so people can, feel some type of way, and and you'll get more ratings that way. But do you think that that's a good thing to do?
Well, for me, I don't see a problem with it because I am an entertainer, and this is what we do. Armon called Millie a B word, called her Dusty B, and they met up for drinks. So what I'm doing is not wrong.
Well, that's true too. But Wiley, you talked about several people as well, though.
I did. I don't run past it, but you don't see me linking up drinking with them.
Yeah, but I think that if you ever ran into those people, I don't think that you'll be having the same energy.
Absolutely. I'll be outside. Absolutely not. I'm not going to be teaming up with any of those type of people. Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. I was in Georgia, and we wanted to have a conversation with T.S. Madison. She was running. She ran in that SUV.
Right. Well, yeah, I get that, but I guess she didn't want to, be bothered with,
And I supported her movie. Now, I want to ask you a question. Did you support Bros?
No, I did not. I did not. And it's not because I don't like T.S. Madison. It's just that I didn't know anything about it until actually you brought it up.
Exactly. The person that is mean, the person that is that, the person that is we promoted that movie Bros. But don't you think T.S. Madison should have came on YouTube to promote the movie? Because out of everybody, you heard the movie out of my mouth, the mean one.
Right. You're right. I did hear it from you. But when you was talking about the movie, you wasn't saying good things. It's not like you was just like, oh my God, the movie this and the movie that. You were saying negative things. So That's probably maybe why she didn't want to maybe, talk with you. I don't know.
She should have went and promoted them, even people that you don't care for, because they have ratings, and the people would have went to the movies. She didn't do it. She went to Hollywood and did mainstream media, but nobody watched it. Not even you, ma'am.
Right, I did watch it, and I'm not gonna say I did because I don't really look at her that much, to be honest with you. I'm not really all in her chats. There's only a few people I listen to, and it's you, Armon, Sean. It's just a few people. It's not a lot of people. I don't be all in people chats, and especially if I really don't like the other guy that was just talking. He was saying, well, this about Jason and stuff. I've seen him over in Jason's live before. I've seen him over there. I've also seen him over in Armon's too. So while he's talking all of that trash about them, he'd be right there.
Really? Wait a minute, Belle.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Tell
the
us.
guy that was just on your thing, that was just talking, he'd be in Jason's live, he'd be in Armand's live, he'd be in everybody's live. So that's why I was a little bit confused on how he was talking about everybody. If you don't like these people, why would you really be listening?
Really?
Yeah. Ask some of your supporters. Put a question out there. Ask them. Say, have you guys ever seen, I don't know this guy's name, but whatever his name is, ask them. Say, have you all ever seen him over in Jason's live or Armand's live or anybody, and see what they tell you.
Wow. So are you telling the truth, ma'am?
I wouldn't lie on a person. What am I going to lie on him for? I don't know him. But I know I've seen him over in their lives. So I feel like this. If he's talking about Jason and Armon and Maddie, you don't think that he's talking about you as well?
Wow.
Need a different.
Yep, that is something. They're saying that you are telling the truth. They're saying somebody says she's telling the truth. I didn't know you being around in the bushes like that to know that, man.
I do. I just don't always maybe come up and say anything, but I do. I listen to your show all the time. I'm not gonna lie. I like you. I like your show. I like Armon. I like Sean. It's a few people that I do like, but if I don't care for you, you're not going to see me over at somebody's like Maddie. I don't know her like that. I don't have anything against her, but she doesn't attract me to come over to her show. I'm just going to keep it real. So I don't be over there.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So every now and then I might listen to Jason if he's talking about a specific thing and I might want to hear it. I'll listen to him then. But for me to just be, watch his whole show, like I watch your whole show, I watch Armand's whole show, I watch Sean's whole show, I watch Nick at Night, her whole show. But Jason, I might just go over there if I think he's talking about a specific thing and I just want to hear what he got to say.
Do you think that Jason Lee's show is going to make it? Are you going to watch his daytime show if it comes on ABC or CBS or BET? Are you going to watch it daily?
Probably not. I don't like the way Jason acts. To be honest with you, I liked Jason in the beginning, but now how I've seen how he talked about you, he talked about Armon, he's talked about people that I like, so I don't care for Jason like that anymore. So I don't watch him. I'm not interested. Only time, if he got like a certain celebrity I might want to see, then I'll go over there. But other than that, no. Absolutely not.
Wow. Well, we thank you for giving us that tea.
Yeah, you're welcome, and keep doing a good job. I think you're doing a good job. I just think sometimes you could be, a little, I guess messy, if you want to say it like that, just a little messy. And I just think sometimes you could just let up just a little bit. That's all. But other than that, you do a good job. You do great interviews.
Thank you so very much, Belle.
You're welcome, and you have a great night.
All right, bye-bye. Wow, that lady, she says she's seen him everywhere. Wow, you just never know. Where is that true? I don't know. Maybe y'all need to call in. Is that true, you guys? Is that true? We gonna continue to press the gas. Is that true? We got 747 million people. Is that true? Hey, you live on the Wiley Show.
Wiley, I have a question. So I'm out here in LA too, and I know for a fact Jason Lee, he's not a nice person. He's definitely not a nice person. But I see the energy, and I've heard the energy that you give to T.S. Madison and how you wore her out about her movie and different shows that she's had. And I want to know this, Wiley, because I didn't hear you say this. I just want to get some clarification. If and when Jason's show flops, are you going to wear him out? I mean, really lay him out like you laid out T.S. Madison?
Of course. I talk about everybody. And you know, I talk about everybody. We definitely will do that because he's having a lot of promo for this show. But did you go see Bros?
I did not go see Bros.
Yikes.
I did not go see Bros, but I heard it wasn't a box office flop. It didn't do very well, but I heard it wasn't a flop. But either way, if it flopped or not, she's still working.
I get that, but I'm like, where's all these people at that didn't go see her show? Because no matter how much mess I talk, I paid my ticket to go see that movie.
Well, I paid to go see other things. I've been to her, like, when she does club appearances, I paid to go do that. So I've supported her. I just didn't go and see. I'm not a particular movie type person anyway.
Did you go see it on Peacock? It's on Peacock. Did you go watch it on Peacock?
Go see Wakanda. I haven't seen Avatar. I haven't seen none of the big box office films, period.
Did you go see it on Peacock?
I didn't know it was on Peacock.
Wow. This is for the person that said they don't like.
Well, wait. Well, I mean, that's a while, but when she had her show on, what was on Foxo, I did watch that. I support that. I watched Maddie in the morning. So I do support Madison in other ways. Just because I didn't go see her movie doesn't mean I didn't support her. Doesn't mean that she's not successful. My thing is this. Because Jason Lee, he's a nasty individual. I used to really like Jason Lee.
Why you say he's nasty? What happened?
For a couple of years. And I met him in person, and I was immediately turned off. Immediately, and I can't really get into
what happened. Tell us what happened. You tried to sleep with him. You tried to flirt with.
So I can't get into what actually happened. But from that quick meeting, I was like, never ever again.
What happened? Was you trying to sleep with him?
I stood there and I unfollowed him on all social medias and blocked him. Hollywood, all that. I was like, oh no.
So what happened? You tried to do a business deal with him? You tried to date him? Like
no. It was just out casually. And we spoke, and it didn't. It went left quickly.
Wow. Was he under the influence?
No, not at all. He had literally just probably been I've been at the party. And he had just arrived, and it just wasn't a pleasurable experience. And something happened right before that, and I can't really get into the details, but I was with somebody, and they were like, I don't really mess with him like that. And I'm like, really? And so I went to go talk to him, and we had that conversation. 20 minutes later, I went to go and talk to Jason, and it was just like,
He was
but
mean.
See, that was my. But I heard things about him prior for years.
Like what?
That he's just a nasty individual. He's very highfalutin. He thinks very highly of himself, and he looks down on other people. Even when he has these parties, these Hollywood Unlocked parties at his house, and, he has singers come out and things like that. How he's berated them, and it's just no. But I just really want to make sure that same energy that you had for Madison, okay? I want to make sure because I feel like you have a little infatuation with Jason Lee. And you really want him to take you under his wing.
Where have you been? We have dragged Jason. I don't know Jason personally. You know him personally. Maybe on Jack A for A.
I don't know Jason personally. I do not know him. I met him. I talked to him we talk to people on social media, and then I met him that one time, and that one time was enough.
Okay, and he was mean. He's mean and nasty.
Me was, and it was really uncalled for. And I stood there and I gagged because I couldn't believe what happened. I'm like, what? I was like, okay.
I'm trying to get the tea. Like, what did he do? Can you text it to me so I can read it? Like, what happened?
No, I can't text it to you, Wiley. But just know, if you were out here in LA, and depending on the circle that you ran in, you would hear things. Even a couple of years ago, when I had my business manager with telling me that some people were going to stop dealing with my, at the time, business manager because he had associations with Jason Lee. Okay?
Wow.
No, and
So
I do understand what one of your callers said, like when the girls start to get money and they've come from a certain spot, they think that money, and because you can buy Balenciaga and you can, listen, you can put a wig on a pig, but a pig is still a pig. Okay? Period.
so you
No matter what they're dressed in.
So you in LA, and so what we're saying is that he get dragged in those inner circles, that Jason's not that popular or that well liked.
I wouldn't say that popular, but that well liked, I would definitely say I don't think he's that well liked.
A lot of people say you're not giving us the real tea.
Well, I'm giving up what I want to give up, and that's just too bad if they don't think I'm giving up the real tea. I'm giving up what I want to give up, and that's what it's going to be, and that's all you're going to get. But I really just want to make sure that that same energy that you have for Madison,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really understand your real issue with Madison. I just want to make sure.
I don't have.
Like we want to have a little love affair with Jason.
I know. I don't know. I criticize Jason a lot. If you listen and he gets upset and he responds, you must don't be watching when we criticize Jason. When Armon fell out with Jason, we criticize Jason. Now I don't know. I never met the man in person. You know, I'm not in Hollywood, so I don't know. I don't know if you tried to date one of his friends. I just don't know. Like what really?
No.
Was it a business deal he didn't invest in? Can you give us that?
Wiley, now you're saying, I don't know if you listen. You're not listening to me. I already said no. It was just a casual meet. It was at a party. And it was just, I was like, oh, heck no. No. And I got warned, like I said, 20 minutes prior. But I still went ahead. You know, I was just like dapping it up, like saying, what's up? And it was like, no. But okay, as long as you keep that energy for Jason, you know.
We have. Did you watch my episode? Because people said this guy must don't watch the Wiley Show. Do you watch me religiously? Because we criticize Jason. We criticize.
I don't watch you religiously, but I do watch. But I noticed the energy because I did catch the episodes where you were laying Madison out, and it just kind of irritated me because. You know, Madison's cool. She's a really cool chick.
It doesn't matter about being cool. What did I lay her out about?
She should pay for Cookie's funeral. Why in the world would she pay for Cookie's funeral?
And I watched her movie and reviewed her movie. You didn't watch it, and it flopped.
But I did watch her show. I've gone to pay to her club.
And I get that, sir. I get that, sir. And then also, did you watch T.S. Madison Experience? Because we reviewed it and watched it and supported it.
I did. I subscribed to Lifetime, so I could.
None of the people watched what none of the people were covering. They had very low ratings. And so we were just talking about that. She may be a nice person, just like Jason to some people might be nice. You had a personal experience. Maybe you tried to date him. Maybe you tried to do a business deal or something. I don't know, because you're not going to tell us the tea. People in my chat saying he's lying. He never met Jason.
Tell them their mama is lying. I was in it. No, I was here. I was in it, and it happened to me, so they can't tell me I'm lying. They mama lying because she wasn't there either. I was there.
Because they said if something really happened, girl, you would just spill the tea. That's what they said in the chat.
No, I gave what I gave, and that's just it. But I really just wanted to make sure that you was gonna lay out Jason, just like how you you have this infatuation with laying out Madison.
But you're not laying out Jason.
Do something to you, Wiley?
Madison, I never met Madison. I just talk about her shows and stuff like public stuff that's public. You're talking about Jason, something that happened to you privately, and you're not even talking about something with your business manager and all of that. You're not giving us the tea, and I'm just not understanding that. It seemed to me that you're lying, because if you were telling the truth, you would give me the tea about Jason. Give us the tea. What are you so afraid of?
No. It's not that I'm giving you the tea. He was just not a nice person when I met him, and I've heard other things from personal friends that have sang at his house at the Hollywood Unlocked event, even the one that just passed.
What happened?
I got invited to that, and I was like, I am absolutely not going to that.
So what happened? What happened at that event? Can you tell us?
Well, I didn't go. I didn't attend this previous event that he just had, where he had all of the.
What have you heard?
People there, the bloggers. I didn't go.
What did you heard about that event?
Nothing.
What did you heard about his?
Interested me to follow up about it.
What about
the reason for me calling in, Wiley? I just wanted to make sure that you're gonna lay out Jason.
I get that, sir. But what have you heard at his previous event? Because you said your friends went to some of the event. What is going on? Is it giving coke? Like what is
No,
given?
it's just about his attitude and how he berates people. He sits up, and of course, every man is the king of their castle.
Okay.
But how he sits up and even berates the entertainers, like, entertain me, and just talks down to them. And even how I heard he talked down to some black women. I think there were servers there or something, but I don't want to get too paraphrasing because I can't recall everything. But let's just say this, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. And that wasn't the first time I've heard negative things about just his overall attitude and aura. It's not nice.
So you never So you never tried to reach out to him on Jack and got declined.
All right. Oh my gosh. See, Wiley, you want to be funny. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Did you reach out to Madison on Jack?
No, I'm just because you have some personal interactions with you have that one person interaction. Your friends have personal interactions, and you're making it seem like he just talk about people. Wow, like what did he say? Like, is it
okay? I'm telling you. I am telling you.
Okay.
And it's going to be up to you and to your callers to believe it or not. If you don't, I really don't care because I can only tell you what happened to me.
And you had a conversation, and it didn't go right. It didn't go right when you had that conversation with Jason.
Yeah, and just like when you meet somebody initially, you just don't expect it to go left like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, girl, you really think you're that girl like that?
Mm-hmm. So, do you agree with Armon Wiggins going at Jason? Do you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely agree with that. But I like Armon too.
Yeah,
I like Armon and I like T.S. Madison. And I just want to make sure, because I know you say you go with Jason, but I feel like you do have a little bit of an infatuation. If Jason were to tell you, oh, wow, I'm going to take you under my wing, and you did say you wanted Jason to teach you how to finesse people, and he was like, well, I'm going to teach you how to finesse your way through this industry. Wiley, you pack up that suitcase and come right on to L.A.
I can't say I would pack up a suitcase and just move to LA. That's a different stuff. But if he were to call me, Jason Lee have my number. I don't think so because he treated you wrong. Are you a top? Like as you attractive? Because if you're not attractive, I can understand why he treated you bad.
I'm very attractive. I'm tall. I'm attractive. I'm fit. But that has nothing to do with it. How you look and somebody's attitude, their attitude is just going to be nasty, period.
Mm-hmm. Can you send me your Instagram? Because I need to see how you look because I'm trying to see why did he treat you so bad? Are you not going to send me your Instagram?
Boy, bye. I just know, but I do. But like I said, I know if Jason said, Wiley, come on to LA and you going to come and stay in my place and I'm going to teach you how to finesse this game, you be on the first thing smoking because you flip-flop.
Oh, well, let me tell you this. If Jason were to...
I bet you, even if Madison was like, you know what, I'm going to have you on if her Fox Soul comes back, because it is coming back.
Okay. And
she wanted to have you as a guest, you would be there because you flip-flop. And that's what I'm saying. But the way you flip-flop, Jason Lee will never have you on his show because he's just not. He may talk to you. You guys may text. You may send him, nude pictures of yourself.
Oh no!
To get you,
I'm too old for Jason. I'm in my 30s. He like I'm young.
He also likes some light skin too. But you see, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't. Jason. Anyway, Wiley, I gotta go. I've been on this phone for 14 minutes with you.
No, I'm just glad.
Whether y'all believe me or not, it's too bad because it was my experience, and I know. I do know. I know exactly what's going on.
Can you text me and tell me what's going on?
Absolutely not. I've told you what I'm gonna tell you.
So you just
you just gotta take it for what it is. But if I ever see you with Jason Lee, Wiley, I'm like, I know Wiley done sold his soul to the devil.
You're not gonna see me. You're not gonna see me with Jason. And he hung up, you guys. He hung up. Like, did y'all hear that? A person that met Jason and wow, Wiley. Wow. Did y'all hear that? He ain't never met that man. That's what y'all saying? Y'all say he never met that man? They said, wow. I didn't think he was to say that. But Jason Lee probably know him. Hello? Hey, this Wiley. You had called me back, Icon?
Just to make it clear that the Icon never called or never was on T.S. Madison or the Armon Wiggins show. So that lovely lady was talking about Zion, or however you say his name.
Okay.
Because she wasn't correct on, because I had called and then she called.
Okay.
So I just wanted to clear that up.
Okay.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye-bye. Wow. You just never know who's going to call into the show. Yeah, you're gonna wear Jason Lee? Because he had his personal experience with Jason. Maybe Jason declined him, didn't do his show, or didn't give him no pee. I don't know. And he said, you don't drag Jason, you be wearing Maddie out. Well, I just give my opinion about Maddie. He didn't even go to Bros to see Bros. We went to Bros. We went to the movie to go see Bros, right? So I don't know what happened to that caller and Jason Lee. I don't know. Maybe he came to Jason, wanted to date him, and Jason said no. And he said that Jason talked down to people. I'm not in Hollywood, so I can't say yay or nay to it because I'm not in Hollywood. Do anybody else in Hollywood that know? They trying to get you to watch. They try to gas you watch the Madness because Jason don't want to wear him out. While you were on for 5 people that went to go. Yeah, I went to. I was the part of the 5 that went to go see Bro. So wow, did y'all hear that? I was mad at my own business. They called the line. Anybody else want to call in and give their thoughts? So, wow, because he called in and he said, I'm going to tell you about Jason. So I can speculate. I think that guy reached out to Jason, wanted to sleep with Jason, and Jason said no. And he's scoring about that. He wants to do a deal with Jason because, despite what it is, Jason got money. Right? Because it costs money to throw events. They don't throw events for free. Right? And he said, if Jason Lee call you and teach you how to finesse, he actually remember when I said, teach me how to finesse the industry, he watched the Wiley Show. If Jason would have called me, of course I'd go to LA to see what's going on over there if he called me. Yes, I would go. I would go to LA. If Jason would have called me and say, come to LA, he paid for my apartment, put money in my account, I would go. He didn't want to spill, so Wiley going to put on his own narrative. He should have spilled it. Now he can sit there and be mad because we're going with this story. LOL. So, but this person, he probably wanted to date Jason. Jason didn't give him some of that good. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how that happened. And then he's trying to spill tea about Jason and all of that. So I want to know what really happened. So again, we're not in Hollywood at all. Probably beat around the bush like he tells something and he done for LOL, get on somewhere. Give us the tea. Like, don't just spill. Give us sprinkles of the tea. Give us the whole gallon. Give us the whole gallon. Don't just sprinkle the tea. Give it to us all. Because you already said, because that call, you don't think Jason heard that call? He's listening. He's listening. Y'all messy. Y'all sent it to him. You don't think Jason heard that call? Right? You don't think Jason heard that call? Because I know y'all DM it to him. I want to know, did y'all DM it to him? Wow. If that, let's see, sweet, I don't want to add my own sugar. I don't care. That's how I'm throwing it back. Okay. So, because Jason, watching, all of them is watching. It's about 11:24 p.m. in LA. They're listening. They're watching. So, I know they're watching the show. And so thank y'all so very much. I know tomorrow we're gonna get a lot of phone calls about the whole thing with Blueface and Krishan and my girl Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. That trial is today. This will be day 6, literally day 6. We got 800 million people in the chat. He said a lot without saying about. So yeah, Jason in the chat, suited and booted Jason and that church suit at the Bobby reunion. So yeah, so thank y'all so very much. Also, make sure y'all subscribe. All right, subscribe to the show. Thank y'all so very much. This has been a fun show. Thank y'all for tuning in to the episode. And when I tell you I have a Zeus subscription, and it is worth it, baby. It is worth it. I'm on Zeus. It is definitely worth it. And thank y'all so very much for that. Way they said Jason. No, I don't think Jason want to date me. I'm not Jason's type. I'm not in my 20s, early 20s, and I'm not light skinned. You're gonna should. Wiley, you should go to the hearing LA and put on a suit. I'm not going to the to LA. I'm fine where I'm at today. We're fine. If it's a trial in Texas, we'll go cover the trial in Texas, but we're not going to LA. Absolutely not. We're gonna visit LA because that's on our list to visit LA, and we do want to go see Nika at night because she live in LA. Definitely going, and that's the only person I want to see in LA. If I bump into Armon Wiggins, we can go out for some burgers. I don't mind. We go out for some burgers and French fry. Him and his boyfriend. We could definitely go out, and he could pay for the drinks because he got it. All right. He anytime you got on some Gucci, boots, was that Gucci or Balenciaga boots? I'm sorry, Balenciaga boots. You know what I'm saying? We could be down. So I know he got it, and we know he could pay for the drinks. So if I do go to LA, I definitely hit him up for that way. Thank y'all so very much. We will see y'all in the next episode. Make sure y'all subscribe to the show. Thumbs up the show. Also, if you want to hit our Cash App is right there on the screen, right there. $ Marquise Wiley 28. Again, we're not jealous of Armon Wiggins. We wish him well. Make sure y'all go subscribe, leave us a comment. This is yet another episode of the Wiley Show. We are not jealous of that brother at all. We're not jealous of him at all. We're going to continue to do our content. Thank y'all so very much. Also, so you're just going to let him get the tab. Yeah, we're going to have a conversation. He can get the tab. Also, you can text Wiley to 888-534. Let me put it on the screen because I know y'all watching. Text if you want to be notified, text Wiley. That's WILEY to 888-534-4939 and subscribe. Thank you so very much for that way. And again, we wish y'all well. We're going to be covering the show. And make sure y'all get pictures and videos of their looks so we can talk about their looks on the show. Wiley, I like you, but you don't think you should have done it. Wiley, I like you, but don't think you should have done this. Armon is, I don't know what you mean by that. Wiley said he can pay though. Yeah, he definitely gonna pay for our drinks. I ain't gonna drink that much. I'm gonna drink about 4 drinks. That's enough. Hennessy and Red Bull. He's a public figure. He knew what he was signed up for. Public figure. I get talked about. He get talked about. So again, yeah, because we do go outside. We was just in Atlanta. We're gonna be back in Atlanta on next year. And then if I'm in LA, I will hit him up. If I'm in LA, I hit Armon Wiggins up we can go out for some chicken wings or something. I love to eat. All right. Make sure y'all like the video. Like the video. Armon is about to drag. It's about to drag him terribly. All right, that's fine. Y'all gotta let Wiley run his show how he see fit. Y'all forgetting that this is his show. No shade. Wiley's a goat. I hope Armon gets a proper haircut if he goes to court tomorrow. Wow. So we don't know nothing about that. Again, we're going to be covering this case live from Texas. We're going to be breaking it down. Thank y'all so very much for y'all support. We will see y'all in the next episode. This is definitely great to see y'all here. Thank you for the moderators for coming through. And make sure y'all like and subscribe. They said Wiley coins only get him to Atlanta. We went to Vegas. We went to where did we go? We went to Chicago. We went to Vegas this year, and we went to Atlanta this year. Right? Yeah, I'm drinking Fiji water. Fiji. So I'm about to go and continue to mind my business. If y'all got some tea to send me, always send it to my DM. Again, now we can add to the list of people that got us blocked. We can add T.S. Madison to that list. Thank y'all so very much for tuning into the Wiley Show. We will see y'all in the next episode. In a couple of hours, we're going to be seeing y'all to cover this trial. Peace.